You know the drill? Raising money sucks. It's long, it's brutal, and every deal feels like a negotiation where you're losing more than winning. Founders get hammered down on valuation, lose control, and end up locked in agreements that feel like traps. Investors want upside but hate risk. Everyone's walking on eggshells, guarded, mistrustful, and playing a game scripted by old rules that don't serve anyone anymore. If you felt like the system is rigged, you're right. The equity models we're stuck with today drain founders, confuse investors, and create this toxic freeze where nobody fully wins. It's a stale cycle, and no one's addressing it head on. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A new way is fighting to break through. A radical approach to equity, not just a tweak, but a fundamental shift. Forget the fixed percentages, fixed expectations, and fixed power dynamics. This model changes the way value is assigned, the way risk and reward flow between founders and investors. It's about flexibility, alignment, and creating structures that actually move with the company, not against it. Imagine being able to offer equity that reflects real contribution over time, that adjusts as founders and investors prove their value in the chaos of startup life. You don't just hand out shares and hope it works out. This is about dynamic equity, the kind that evolves with the venture and holds everyone accountable, but without crushing the spirit or control of those who built the thing. Here's the hard truth. Most founders are afraid to bring this up. Why? Because capital has rules, and those rules are enforced by people with power who want to keep it. But if you stay silent, you're signing up for years of pain, dilution, and loss. It's time to get loud about this. You will never succeed if you're stuck in yesterday's framework. Start pushing for dynamic equity models in your term sheets. Demand agreements that allow equity to rebalance based on who's actually delivering. Investors, stop treating ownership like a trophy and start thinking about how your stake can flex to protect both your upside and the company's health. This is how you build real partnerships, not death marches. This new equity model also solves your biggest hidden problem, misalignment. How many times have founders and investors had their relationships break down because the incentives got out of sync, because one side felt squeezed and the other left out? You don't need complicated legal gymnastics to fix that. You need smart equity structures that are transparent, fair, and fluid. Equity that evolves, sometimes increasing for those putting in more sweat or hitting milestones, sometimes recalibrating when someone's contribution fades. It sounds revolutionary because it is, but it's also practical. This is exactly how the future deals will work. If you're serious about being a founder who doesn't lose their power, a leader who refuses to be a pawn, or an investor who wants predictable, aligned returns, you have to get familiar with this. Learn it, push it, negotiate it, stop settling for deals that box you in. This new model isn't just a tool, it's a weapon to claim real partnership and freedom inside a system that's been harsh and rigid for far too long. The truth, it's brutal out there. Things are moving faster, stakes are higher, and the old equity rules will hold you hostage if you let them. But here's the fight. You can change that. Your best shot is to adopt this dynamic equity framework. Be the one who shakes the table, who demands fairness over tradition, who builds relationships based on trust, contribution, and real shared risk. Don't waste another day stuck in the same tired game. Take control, reshape the deals you make, fix alignment before it fractures your company or portfolio. If you do that, you're not just surviving, you're driving the future of venture capital. That's power worth grabbing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to discover more.